Okay, yeah, we're back. Uh, yeah. Well, I just had to run some errands, guys, and then I got some disturbing news from one of my guys here in San Diego, and it's something about his wife gave him an ultimatum about gambling, right? And he was talking to me about it because I could tell he was down. I talked to him 2 days ago, and he was just down and out, right? So I just told the guy, well, what does she want? And he was like, she didn't want me to, get gambling. She wants him to go to church with her and all of this stuff. I said, dude, you don't do nothing. You're already like a church boy. Now, listen, guys, I told him I was going to talk about it on the show. I'm not. I just won't use his name. You guys won't know. He says he didn't care because he's feeling down, so he didn't care. But I told him, I said, dude, what you got to do, what you need to do, you need to stand up for yourself. Because what's going to happen is she's going to change you. She's going to be making all these changes, and you doing everything she's telling you to do. And then the next thing you know, your ass is out of there, right? So what I told him, I said, dude, because like one time, I guess he was going to the gym, and he called me and asked me what time was I going, and I was like, oh, I didn't even. I was still laying in the bed, but I hear his wife is in the background attacking him. And I'm like, ugh. So she was attacking him, and I'm like, you know what, dude? I'll be there. I'm gonna be late anyways. I'm just getting up. Everyone, I'll meet you there. He never showed. He never showed. And here's the thing, guys. Most guys, we're fine. We're like conformists, right? Some, maybe some not, but generally, right? And I said, dude, if you change, game over. Checkmate. You out of there, dude. I'm telling you. And he was like, well, she wants me to go to church. I say, man, the hell with them guys. I'll go to that church and curse all them guys out. As a matter of fact, they probably would agree with me, right? But they don't want their old lady to know. See, the smart thing is, a lot of those guys, those reverends, they know what time it is. They not stupid. You think they dumb? Mm-mm. They know. They already know. But like I was telling my buddy, I said, dude, you're gonna have to just relax, but just be who you are. Because if you change, you're not gonna be happy. I can tell you this much: I'm not gonna be sitting in church, watching people who can't sing yell and scream and mess up my hearing. It's already jacked up enough as it is. I'm gonna be at home watching sports. I don't even care if I'm losing. I would rather be at home losing my watching a parlay and losing my ass off than to have somebody tell me. And I'm like, dude, I, I'm done. I'm done. Nice guy, right? Nice guy, awesome guy. But I think some. It's not all the ladies, but some ladies just want to control just because they can do it, right? But I said, dude, if you change and you start making all these changes for her, what is she gonna do for you? I mean, I'm not. And I told him, I said, dude, I'm not telling you what to do because you got all these people in your life telling you what to do. I said, I'm just telling you, just be careful because if you start changing, making all these changes for yourself, what changes is she gonna make? And I know how those type. And watch this. You go to try to make. You say, hey, you should do this. 9 times out of 10, she'll tell you go fuck yourself, huh? Hey, I look. God knows I ain't the smartest guy, right? But I'm not stupid, right? And I can figure stuff out. Maybe take me a little longer, right? I'm just a guy's guy. right? But he's gonna have to stand up for himself. And I don't have to. I can't tell. And I said, dude, you just gonna have to stand up for yourself. Because the next thing you know, she'll be putting her foot right up in his ass, right? And you gotta stand up, dude. She's gonna have this dude making all changes. This dude is gonna be completely different. He's gonna be going into church, but don't get me wrong, it's nothing going to church. But let the guy go on his turn, right? Guy was getting yelled at the other day. I was in the back. I was listening. I'm like, dude, she ain't better than me. You know what I mean? I'll straight her little ass out. Well, to an extent. But here's the deal, guys. You you can't let them change you. You just got to stay true to who you are. You like gambling, then gamble. And this guy doesn't even lose money. As a matter of fact, he wins. Right? And see, the problem is, I know I know the real problem. He's winning. He's making his own cash. And she's jealous. She's jealous. And I don't care if she looks at it later or now. She's jealous. I'm going to call you out, right? He's a nice guy. He does whatever he's supposed to do. He's a good dad. But don't make the guy feel running guilt trips on this dude. Let him watch football. Let him gamble. I'm sure if he wants to go to church, he'll let you know. Right? Me? No, thank you. Right? I'm not doing the church thing. Right? Your time is one of your most precious commodities. Your time. Right? Because it's worth. Time is money, and money is time. If you spend $5, you spend 5 hours in the church. No, let's stop. I'm gonna take the church out. You spend 5 hours picking your nose in a parking lot, right? You could be, and that's non-productive. Well, you can be at McDonald's flipping burgers, and you can be making $10 an hour, 20 or whatever. But you see what I'm getting at? Your time is precious. You choose to do whatever you want with it, right? But yeah, I don't know, man. I hope the guy and I already know. I guarantee you guys, somebody's gonna tell her, and she's probably gonna call yelling at me. And guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play stupid. Well, hope she see it now though, but maybe it's too late. But listen, she can't do that to him. He's a grown man, right? She wants this guy to start going to church. Nothing's wrong with that. I mean, I'm not gonna come with him. Bless you, right? Because I got other stuff to do. I don't bash any religion. I don't. But it's just not my thing, right? I don't even get into arguments about it because I don't care, all right? Except for I think that what's that guy's name? Karl Marx might have been a prophet. Yeah. What? No, look, guys. I mean, he's gonna be okay. But he was just down and out when I was talking to him. I went to pick up my daughter, and he just was dragging. He seemed unhappy. And I'm like, dude, knock it off. Knock it off. If you want to gamble, just do it. Because if she's gonna go and do whatever she wants to do, she ain't gonna ask your permission. She's gonna do it. And you can't let her just tell you what to do and have you running around like a puppy dog. I've seen it, right? The poor guy, he was asking me about the gym. Was I gonna meet him there? And he sounded real energetic, right? He like ready to go. Well, women pick up on that, right? They pick up on all of that stuff. And some of them can be killjoys. And she probably got jealous, got pissed off, and then she took it out on him and is trying to tell him what to do. It's on him. It's on him. You know, dude, I talked to you already. Hopefully you get what I'm saying to you. You only got one life, right? And you're gonna let your wife tell you what to do. And then what's gonna happen is gonna get worse. She's gonna come in the house every day and she's gonna shoot her mouth off at you, and you're gonna sit there and take it. Huh? But you know, I mean, you should be able to go to the gym, dude. I mean, I hope you're okay. I mean, yeah, he was okay, guys. I asked him, could I talk about it? He goes, yeah, I don't care. Because he's a guy's guy, right? He's a guy's guy. Bless his soul. You know it's sports, right? Um, and I just think that when he's gambling or on the sports, I think this old lady's got a problem because he's like his own guy and he's hustling, getting money, right? And she don't know anything. You don't know thing when you winning. Oh, you like the king of the castle. When you lose for a week, dude, they getting ready to put your ass out the castle. But I just told him, I said, dude, you just got to get comfortable with who you are and love who you are, right? You want to gamble, do it, right? You want to live in the middle of the street, do it. I wouldn't advise you to, but you can't let the old lady push you around. Once they find out they can push us around, dude, it's fucking game over. Yep. I'm not playing that game. I know they'll destroy me. I'm easy to destroy, right? But you know, my secret is I just try to stay out in front. I just try to stay out in front of them. I don't attack them. You better not, right? I don't attack. I let them attack. But be careful with that, right, too? Because if you let them attack, then they're going to think you're a pushover, right? So you got to kind of, it's just got to know how to do it and when to do it. But man, college football is coming up. And she knows it, right? So she's going to sit around and I guarantee you, and I told him today, I guarantee you she's going to plan a trip right when a good game is coming on. She's going to plan it. I already know, right? I say, dude, it's up to you. You do whatever you want to do, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, once you start doing this, you're going to have to continue to do it. Because when you stand up for yourself like 6 years later, she's going to look at you and like, who are you? And she's like, well, what's the problem? See, they can't get used to the new guy, right? When you change. That's why you got to stay true to who you are. Because, dude, she'll go out, right? I'm telling you, they'll go out, right? Tell you what to do, change you. You're going to church instead of gambling. You're missing the good times. And then she wants to do something. And you says, oh, honey, let's go to church. And you know what she does? She probably turns around when you walk out the door and she tells you to go fuck yourself. And she goes with her girlfriends or something somewhere. Look, the name of the game is you got to be happy with who you are. You show any sign of weakness, you will get destroyed by a woman. She will destroy you. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that you can do about it. You can say, well, I won't. No. Doesn't matter. You can lock yourself up in the house. A woman will get together with her girlfriends. They stand out in front of your house, talk about you like a dog, tell lies and all kind of stuff. Now, you in the doghouse. And what's strange is, I don't know why, but when they get out, they start telling people, lies and stories. I don't know why people believe it, right? I just don't. So, I think it's going to be good for him if he goes ahead and changes his ways. But I'm not going to. And I told him that. I said, dude, I looked him right in his eyes. Right? I looked him straight in his eye. And I said, dude. And the whole time I was looking at him, he was batting his eyes. And, and as a matter of fact, that was yesterday. But I think that, well, he called me today as I was picking up my daughter. But I think one of the good things that's going to come out of this is he's going to figure out, what he's really made out of. He's a good guy, guys. He's nice, right? He'll give you the clothes off his back. Nice guy, right? He's one of those genuine nice guys, right? Not the kind that not like the kind that's like passive aggressive and talking behind people. No, he's not that. He's just a good guy, right? And I said, dude, football season is starting. I'm gonna watch college football. I'm gonna watch the NFL. I told the old lady the other day if she didn't like it, there's the door. See, here's the game plan. Like, and I told you guys this yesterday. My buddy put me up on game long ago. This is back in Detroit. This dude has golf clubs, and he was sending them everywhere, but home, and he would make sure he would get them later. And I'm like, man, what are you doing? Why are you sending them? He was like, you'll learn. So I finally figured it out, right? That this dude is just doing the same thing that they do, right? Because I don't know how many times I didn't see my old lady come in, and she goes, "Oh, I had these for a while." And I'm like, "Today is my first time." Guys, you know what your wife wears, right? And she gonna tell me, "Oh, I had." I didn't argue. This is okay. As soon as I do something, where you get those from? And dude, when I walk past her car, I don't look inside. Mm-mm. I don't. Not gonna do it. Well, you can call me chicken shit, but I'm not her dad, right? So I'm not gonna be looking to see if she's not. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then just go ahead and do it. I don't care, right? As long as I'm not getting hurt or my daughters aren't getting hurt. But my buddy, I think it's getting through to him. It's the football season, and watched it. And I told him this the other day. I said, now you know what? What if she gets involved in football and starts liking it? Because there's a lot of ladies out there that's into the NFL. And I said, dude, she gets off into liking football, and she didn't change you. You sitting up in the church, y'all gonna have role reversal, and then you might come home and she'll be drunk because she lost the game and probably slap your ass up a couple of times. Nah, I think he's gonna be okay, right? He's got to learn how to stand up for himself. He's got to love himself. He's got to love football. The guy is awesome when it comes to making picks. He's good, right? I mean, he's good in UFC and all of that stuff. And I just said, dude, you're making a name for yourself, and it's pissing her off. It's pissing her off. And he says, well, what do I do? I said, dude, you don't want to get into it with her because you ain't going to win that. And she says, well, how do I do it? I said, just start being who you are. Just do what you want to do. You could just say, look, I don't feel like going to church. It's not something I want to do, right? But guess what? Guess why he won't do it? A little intimidation there going on, guys. The women intimidate guys, absolutely. Have us fucking scared. And then until sometimes you get fed up and you go like, man, go to hell, right? You gotta live your life, right? You gotta do what's happy, right? Because you'll look around and they telling you all this other stuff, and then guess what? She's sitting up with all her. Hello.
Where you at?
Doing a show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Is the Cuban sandwich okay?
No, that's fine.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Some fries?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna.
I'm at Trader Joe's, okay?
You at Trader Joe's? And you make sure you hurry up and you get back. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Shut your freaking mouth.
You can't say that. I'm on the show.
Shut your fat mouth. Okay, goodbye. Bye.
All right. Yep. It got destroyed. You see that?
On both of these covers, one of them.
You know what? I don't even care anymore. Yeah, she straightened my ass out. Maybe if my buddy saw it, he's not gonna be as bad anyway. She started laughing at me. You know why she started laughing? Because they know that they're gonna ultimately kick our ass mentally, right? And the worst thing you can do as a man is get pissed and get physical with her. And I tell you what though, a lot of these girls know how to throw hands, man. So this ain't the 80s or the 70s. I suggest not doing that. She might know how to, I've seen a couple of, you seen it on YouTube. Guys, girls fighting and stuff. All right, I'm tired. Let's get to the show. I got Oreo cookies. Let's get busy. Yo, I didn't do anything today. Diddly squat. I didn't want anything. So, one game I know that I really screwed up on was the Dodgers game, right? It's over with now. I think it was, who put me out of my misery? I'll go look. You know what I think is? I think it's funny that my wife called right as I was on here talking. I guarantee you, one of her girlfriends says he's on the line shooting his mouth off again. He just straighten his little ass out. I don't care. It ain't better than me. Huh. Mm-hmm. They got that kid Quan going to the Blue Jays. Now, if Quan goes to the Blue Jays, the Tigers is in trouble. But then again, maybe not. Right? It doesn't matter what you do in the regular season, it's what you do afterwards. I remember, I want to say 1987 or 88. And the Minnesota Twins, I mean, the Tigers just own those son of a guns. Oh my God, right? Well, it got to the preseason, to the playoffs, and I'm laughing, I'm smiling, like, yeah, we go, we got the dog crap. And as a matter of fact, Minnesota was like the worst. They were one of the only teams in baseball history to win a World Series or title with a bad record. I don't know if they were they were over 500. You know what? Let's look. Let's pull it up. Minnesota. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get in here and do this baseball because I got a score to settle with Vegas. Yeah, I'm starting to get PO'd. All right. So this is gonna be for tomorrow, right? This is for tomorrow's baseball bets. I know it looks bleak. We see the sun shining out there. That's us. That's our money, right? We're gonna get it. So let's get at this. But you just have to be calm. You have to be positive. If the old lady's cutting a fool on you, don't engage, right? Don't engage. Even if she calls you a pussy ass, just walk away and just tell her hair looks nice. That'll really get her going. So we just got to be positive. We're going to get through this slump, right? Now, for tomorrow, Jesus, every time I sign on to this, they always put me a month behind. Yeah, because baseball is, football, okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to do this for a while. But when college football start, I probably would act like I don't even know about baseball. No, I'm not. I'm going to still do it. But college football is fun. please, please, guys, make sure you get that Bet ESPN. And I can send you the link. I'll send it in a minute so I can get credit. But we want to go over tomorrow's game. You know, I got into it with this one young lady, or when we were dating once upon a time. She told me that I would never win a game like gambling and stuff, and nothing good was going to come to me. And talking about I was having bad luck. You know what I did? This is my granny was alive. I went over and talked to my grandmother. Grandmother told me what to do, and I started back winning. It's always good to have those grandparents that know a lot. She's passed away now, but rest her soul in peace. Uh, my grandmother knew a lot, right? Helped out a lot too. I think that's where I get that wisdom from, because I can't come up with this stuff on my own. All right, so tomorrow we have the Dodgers versus the Reds. Okay, well, this is today. I picked the Dodgers today. I did. I took them. I took the game to go under 9, right? And I don't. Let me see. What is it? Yeah, no. Look. It's LA 5, Cincinnati 4. I still win, right? It's in the bottom of the ninth, right? I still could have won that game. I don't know who screwed me. Somebody screwed me. But I went back and I was thinking that, hey, because I needed the Dodgers to win, and I had to have them go like, don't go under 9, and they didn't. It's 5-4. So, and I took the Dodgers on the money line. So actually, that game is voided out, right? Who? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna tell you who it was. So Philly is winning. I got that right. Toronto, yeah. I gotta figure out who was that. I think Sonny Gray and those guys. Hold on. Oh, it was terrible today. Terrible, terrible. Hold for 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna print it out. So I can read it to you. I'll be right with you. All right. So I just had to send my own picks. So I'm gonna go over where I got shafted at, or where I took the. I don't have my glasses, whatever. All right. Hey, Rach. Hold on, guys. I gotta find my specs. I can't see. All right, ready to rock and roll. I can see better now. Okay, so, well, the first ticket that looks that I took a pounding on, were actually I took Sonny Gray over 5.5. He struck out 5, right? So I took it on the chin. The Marlins pitcher, I took him to throw over 3.5 strikeouts, and he threw for four. So he made it, right? I took the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. They're gonna lose this one, right? Right? And then I took the Dodgers on the money line. They're going to end up winning that. So basically, where I got jacked is the Cardinals. But now wait, because I've got another card where I took the Marlins. Let's look at it. So I've got the Dodgers on the. Here's the one. I took the Dodgers money line, and I took under 9. Right? That's okay. That's gonna walk because if the game now is like 5-4, they get out. It'll just void out. Right? I took Toronto over Baltimore. Now watch this. Toronto beat the crap out of the Tigers. They beat the crap out of the Yankees. But you can't even beat Baltimore, whose bullpen is absolutely horrible. And that's just how that goes. Did the universe give us the shaft? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm not gonna say anything to him. The universe can make it worse on us. But Toronto is the one that got me. Now watch this. Kansas City. I took Kansas City spread on the money line. That hit, right? I took Philadelphia spread. That works too. And so pretty much the only game I lost was Toronto. And this thing was for like about $3,000, right? Yeah, because this ticket was for $3,000. I had Philly, I got that, right? I tagged Kansas City. I had Philadelphia and Kansas City on the run line spread. It's hard to just go on a card and go spread. Most times it's money line for sure. But I know what I'm doing, right? So I go in here and I put spread for Philadelphia. I took the spread for Kansas City. And I took Toronto. Well, what would you do? Because the Toronto Blue Jays jumped all over the Yankees, beat the living crap out of them. You know I'm not lying. They jumped over on the Tigers and beat the crap out of them. And now you got to go play the Orioles. The Orioles blow. Right? There's no Earl Weaver. There's no Carl, Ripken. You know what I mean? It's none of the Ripken brothers. Billy, no. Carl, it's not, no. No Eddie Murray. Well, who do they have? It doesn't matter. They don't, these guys ain't even playing over 500. But guess what? They put it to the Blue Jays. So let me go find out. I mean, so this ticket, the Blue Jays is the only team that I lost. I mean, what are you going to do? Well, I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to do like I'm doing right now. Whine and cry like a baby. I probably need to go get a sippy cup. This is starting to piss me off. Yep. The Dodgers money line, that walked. The under 9 runs, that's gonna like void out because the final score is like 5-4. Kansas City spread, I got it. Philadelphia spread, I got it. Well, what are you gonna do, right? But I did show up for these games, so I'll be right back at it. I'm gonna look at it. You know, one of the things I try to do when I look at these things, I just try to focus in on it, right? Because if I don't focus in on my cards, you can tell. Because one time I didn't focus in, and they all got wrong. I had like 10 a 10-leg parlay, and all you saw, you thought it was probably like a massacre because it was all red. Here's another one where I took the Colorado Rockies, right? Now, sometimes I will take the Colorado Rockies or the underdog just to go for the big money, hoping and praying. But this game right here was the only chance that Colorado had to win because this pitcher right here that they have, I think he's pitching under 500. Let me go look. I'll tell you, he's not. I mean, that was the only thing that I saw, and I just picked it. Yeah. This guy was 2-2. Tanner Gordon, right? His ERA, I don't know what it was. I think it was low. I mean, he was right at 500. He's the only son of a gun on the Rockies that's had a winning record. And I just said, I looked up look at the matchups. They're playing in Cleveland and not playing out in Colorado where that ball flies out. I lost. For the Tigers and the Diamondbacks, I'm kind of shocked because I was thinking that the Diamondbacks would play be a little bit tough or more hard. They got the crap kicked out of them. Philadelphia, Jesus Lazario, 9-5. He against the White Sox, and I told you guys the White Sox are good. They're a whole lot better from last year, but it's Philadelphia. Your best won't be good enough. And I tell you guys, that's one of the most demoralizing things is when you play, like you play chess or basketball, 21, 1-on-1, anything like that, and you give your best, you give your all. And it ain't good enough, right? And that's why when we were kids and we lost, we started crying because it hurt our feelings that we tried hard as we could, but they were better than us on that day. As you get older, you learn how to suck it up, right? Let's go down here and look at this other one. Yeah, I mean, but remember this though, guys. You'll get hot. This slump will be over very soon. Now, here's the ticket I took. I took the Miami Marlins. That hit. I took the Philadelphia Phillies spread. That hit. I took the Dodgers on the run line. Nope, that wasn't going to hit. I took the Tigers. Yeah, I still lost. I got Colorado down there. That ticket was $600, right? Because normally normally guys, when you do a part, because I don't know too many people who just do one parlay and walk off. We usually do like one or two. And then if we feeling super arrogant, we'll be about 3 and 4. Right? I love being a guy. Sometimes we do stupid stuff, but you know what? That's what make us guys. And that's what make it fun to be guys. Yep, I remember, man, when I would work, you working with your coworkers, and I was working in a place that was like a call center, and there was a whole bunch of ladies around. I couldn't do it, right? I was ready to transfer out, and I did. But when I was there, I didn't get in any trouble. I didn't do anything stupid. I basically was a lot of those ladies' bitch. Right? I was a bitch. You know, we got this seat. You're gonna have to move. I'll pick my stuff up and leave. Right? Well, transferred and worked with the guys. Man, it was like we was getting in trouble every day. I mean, we would just do stupid stuff after stupid stuff. But that's all a part of being a guy. You know what? I love it, man. All right, so let's get back to this. This ticket, Colorado. I took Colorado on this, and guys, I was sincere because, like I told you, this pitcher for Colorado, he's the only pitcher that had a winning record. He doesn't now, right? Maybe his teammates was like, fuck you, Jack. We're gonna bring you down with us. I don't think that's the case, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Mm. Mm. And that's how that goes. Okay, let's get off of this. Real close, real close game. Really close. Could we had hit today? Probably so. The universe was not working in our best interest. Guys, we're gonna get this hit, I'm telling you. One of the most one of the things that makes me feel really good is when I hit that big jackpot, right? And then I have my people on here and you guys copy down exactly what I put. And then you guys hit too. Like I had the one for 20 grand. That was awesome. But after I got the one for 20 grand, I'm like, oh, I gotta go help people, right? I'm gonna get like 7 grand, 8 grand, right? I called my son up. This was like 2 years ago. I called my son up. I said, dude, play this ticket. I'm for sure. And he goes, okay. At the end of Saturday, after the football games were over, I got my money. I said, dude, did you play it? No, Dad. I said, yep, don't ask me for any money. And I hung up on him. Have a nice day. All right. Now, I got these cookies in my mouth, boy. That's a clever. So tomorrow, seems like it's going to be a prosperous day, but I say that every day. We're blessed anyway. We wake up and we can walk, we can chew, we can eat. We can get up and walk. You can't take that for granted because sometimes you'll go to get out of the bed and you don't even can't walk. So be grateful. All right. The Blue Jays play the Orioles tomorrow. Dean Kramer against Jose Barrios, and he's like 7-4. His ERA is 3.83. He's got 108 strikeouts. Look, I'm gonna cut the crap. He's going up against Dean Kramer, whose ERA is about 4.223. I just think that the matchup favors Toronto, but I don't think Toronto's going to win. I just don't. Dean Kramer. I mean, because Dean Kramer didn't even pitch tonight. Dean Kramer, I think, is their ace, right? They had Laurel pitching today. I'm not touching that game. I'm just not. Boston versus the Minnesota Twins. Brian Bello, 6-5, ERA 3.32, 79 strikeouts. To me, it doesn't matter who the Twins are going to put out there. The Twins have fallen on hard times, guys. They started off the year. I remember everybody was saying Paddock, he's going to have a great year. Well, he's on his way to Detroit. Now watch this. When he gets to Detroit, just watch how his production level changes. When you get bats behind you, right? Except for if you feel Coke. Okay, the Diamondbacks versus the Tigers for tomorrow. Oh, shit. They got Chris Paddock out there already to start. So, Chris Paddock is going to start. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm taking the Tigers on the run line. I don't care. I don't care what the guy he's going up to, Ryan Nelson. He's 6-2. His ERA is 3.29, and he's got 73 strikeouts. Right? But Chris Paddock doesn't have that. Right? But Chris Paddock, I mean, look at his record from last year. Um, 2019, 9-7. 2020, 4-5. 2021 when he was with the San Diego Padres, 7-7. Minnesota 1-2. Yeah, he was doing a lot better, but I guarantee you guys, watch how his stats get a whole lot better. Right? It's a difference playing on the Twins than playing on the Tigers, and that's why I'll get down on the Pittsburgh Pirates management is because you got all of these guys, right? You got Paul Skeens. And me personally, I think Paul Skeens in his second year, I think he's fed up with their management. I think he is. You got Keller, Falter, Henley, but you don't back them. And I don't care if you got like five great pitchers. You can have Jesus, John the Baptist, Muhammad, whatever, right? You can have Batman, all of these guys. But if it's nobody on your team that can hit good, or your team is not good at getting hits and home runs or scoring, you're not going to win. And guess what's going to happen? I'll tell you, right, what's going to happen. Jesus is going to come up. Jesus will pitch a no-hitter, right? But on a fluke, maybe it was a pass ball, and the runner got on, ended up scoring somehow, and your team didn't score. So now Jesus is pitching a no-hitter, but you guys can't even take care of Jesus. So Jesus' records will be terrible as well. All of them. I just don't care. Chris Paddock is good. I think he's going to be a lot better. I am going to take the Tigers with Chris Paddock on the run line. Trust me, guys. I rarely ever say trust me because you just never know. But sometimes when you got a good feeling and you know what you think you know what you're talking about, right? I'm gonna go with the Tigers on the money line. And as a matter of fact, the guy that asked me about the Nerfy, let me see if he made it. Because I told the guy to go ahead and take it. All right? Let's go look and see. Uh-huh. Holy crap. They said a tsunami is going to hit Japan and Hawaii. Evacuations ordered in Japan and Hawaii after massive earthquake leads to a tsunami in Russia. And that sucks. Potential wave arrival in San Diego's down there. Those winds. The king tide is like in December. That's awesome. If you guys can ever, get out and see the king tide, that's when the waves are like booms, It's like huge. Yeah, okay, let's get back to this. What was I looking for? Hold on. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get it. We were looking to see if he got the Nerfy. I mean, the guy, he says, Ron, it was first thing on one of the shows. He comes, he goes, you think I can get a Nerfy? What game? He says, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh and who I forgot. Let me see. Where did he go? Oh, Pittsburgh and San Francisco. So let's look. And by golly, he got it. I told him right. And here's how I knew when the guy asked me, he goes, Ron, you think I can get a Nerfy? I said, hell yeah. And the reason why is because, first of all, you got a Falter pitching. Ben Faulkner or whatever, Falter. Good pitcher. And that's why I keep telling you guys, I'm not stupid. I'm not drunk. Pittsburgh Pirates has a good pitching staff. But if you don't have any bats behind it, you're not going to win. I saw one of their games earlier in the season, and I saw McCutcheon was back with them, but he had this look on his face like, I don't even know why I came back here. I know why. You come back and you're going to retire, man. These guys are going to make you retire even earlier. All right. So, yeah, a guy's name is UNLV. You won, and you took the Nerfy. So, hey, look, guys, I'm not. Do I shoot my mouth off? All the time. That's what I do. I shoot my mouth off. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just running my mouth. But when it comes to baseball and this, I know what I'm talking about. Now, watch this, guys. When the football season starts and basketball season, you probably won't see me. You'll see me, but you'll see some other guys coming on here shooting their mouths off. A lot of guys, they know a little. See, here's the thing with me. I'm only going to have people come on the team that's just as smart as me or smarter, right? And if you're not smarter than me, I still have a place for you. Maybe you can go and go get me something to eat. Go get me a sandwich. Go get me some Starbucks. But no, I just try to align myself with people that you're just as smart as I am or smarter. But I don't alienate anybody that I know more than. I'll just encourage them. I can help them. I mean, that's what makes the world go around, right? They help us, we help them. All right. So yeah, congratulations to UNLV. You got the Nerfy. Now, is that a moral victory for what? I mean, a moral victory for me? Absolutely. Now, I was feeling like a piece of crap today. But let's get back onto let's get back on these games. So we're gonna get it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know what, guys? We're gonna do something fun. I said we should take on one of them preseason games, the Hall of Fame thing, because that's like you don't know. I mean, is technically is not even the two teams. There's gonna be a bunch of guys trying to win positions, right? But let's go over here and we're gonna look for it tomorrow. And I'm gonna start adding these things that's in that I took. So I told you I'm gonna take the Tigers on the spread, right? I'm not gonna mess with Toronto and Baltimore because number one, if it's okay, so if it's like the Tiger, well, not even that. If it's like the Dodgers, the Phillies, even the Tigers, right, and they're in a slump, you still have to go with them when they're playing because you just never know when they're gonna break out because they're gonna break out of it. Right? And you don't want to be looking like an idiot when they break. Well, it didn't happen to me because what's that, Mizorowski, the pitcher from Milwaukee? But I knew about him, right? And I betted on him on the first game, and he didn't really do anything, and I was pissed. And I got my feelings, right? Yes, ladies, guys do have feelings. We do get into our feelings. We don't get, but we do have them. Well, he took the Yankees down, right? I think he threw a one hitter or some shit like that. All right, fine. So, we took the Tigers, right? I don't know about that one. I gotta go read this one. So Ohtani is pitching tomorrow. Miami's going to win tomorrow as well. Now, I keep telling you guys, the Miami Marlins will be they will be playing over 500 by the time the season ends. I'll put it on this wall back here. Anybody want to take me up on it? We'll just put it on the wall. Well, okay, let me just go back to the drawing board because I was just looking at the thing. I didn't like what I saw, but tomorrow, okay, so watch this. Tomorrow doesn't look good at all, and that's when you win. I guarantee you. Because I was like last Sunday, they were about six pitching duels on Sunday. You know how I lost? Because sometimes the bullpen will let you down. And I took under on some of them, but okay. So right now we only have the Tigers over the D-backs on the spread. We've got the Chicago Cubs versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, watch what I do on this one. I'm going to take the under in this game, right? We're going to take the under. Do you want to take the pitching props? Right? Because I know some of you guys, relax. Relax. Right? I used to tell my sons that when they would flip out. Right? And then as they got older and grown, and they start telling me, Dad, you need to learn how to relax. So I says, Dad, relax. And I look, fuckers. That's something when your kids turn your own stuff on you. But let's look. So we're gonna have Freddie Peralta going for going for the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, this is a pitching duel. This guy is no joke. Freddie Peralta is a damn good pitcher. He's 6 feet even. He's 29. He's got that strong right arm. If you want to go for a pitching prop on this one, I would take this guy maybe 4, 5 strikeouts, right? You don't want to go nuts, right? And take like 8, because it's nothing worse, right, than winning a big game, right? And then you lose because a pitcher didn't get one more strikeout. That's demoralizing. But okay. So here's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna go over here to the thing already and pick it out. So we're gonna take the Cubs. No, we're gonna take the under in this game. Now watch this, guys. I'm gonna play this game on ESPN, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see, I can't tease it on here, right? But I'm gonna take this game on ESPN, and I'm gonna tease it. I'm gonna go under 9.5. So right now the under over is 7.5, but I want to make sure that I win, so I'll take it down maybe 5.5. I'm sorry. So sorry. I'll take it up to like 9.5. And it's got to stay under that, right? And that's for teasing, guys. You want to always, be knowledgeable on how to tease and when to tease. Because sometimes you can't tease all the time because all you're doing is shorting yourself. You might win a $5,000 ticket, but you're doing so much tweaking and I said tweaking. What's that? You guys are doing so much on the teasing, then you're gonna lose a lot of money. So instead of instead of you would have got like $7,000, you'll probably get $1,000, maybe 2. I don't know what you're thinking. Well, two birds and one bird in the hand beats 2 in the bush. So we got Philadelphia and we've got the White Sox tomorrow. They don't even have the pitching up. They don't. They don't even have it up. They got a Nerfy up. They got first inning results, right? The Nerfy. But I'm not gonna do that. So here's what I'm gonna take. Okay. I'm going to take the first inning under 1.5 runs. So that means if Baltimore, whoever, if Milwaukee scores 1 point and nobody else scores, you still win. Whereas in a Nerfy, this is my second best Nerfy, right? So you got the Nerfy where you can get paid, which UNLV won today. The guy is his name. Yeah, but now on this one, because the Cubs can hit, right? And remember, I told you when you see guys with strong bats, the Cubs they can hit. And Ryan Sandberg, yeah, I heard he passed away. I remember as a kid watching Ryan Sandberg play. What did he play? He played second base. He's good. He's a good baseball. He's a good baseball player. Um, Love the guy. Guys, I gotta get some water. I'm thirsty. Hold on, I'll be right back. Ugh. Hey, water is always good, guys. Always hydrate yourself. Don't drink soda. It's not good for you. This is good. But to be honest with you, when I'm thirsty, I can't have nothing but water. All right, so we're gonna go to on this Milwaukee Chicago game. We're gonna take the under, right? But I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna go on ESPN, and I'm gonna go under on the same game. But I'm gonna have them go like I'm gonna tease it. Maybe take it to 10. So let me go ahead and where's this at? Where's this at? There we go. First inning under 1.5. Under. Okay, yeah. So right now I've got the Chicago Cubs versus Milwaukee. We've got the under in that game, 7.5. I also took the first inning under 1.5 runs, right? So now we've got two. The third one, I've got the Tigers on the run line because Chris Paddock's first day is tomorrow, and he'll pitch. So right now, you drop 10 on this, you got $40. You take the family to White Castles. Have a nice day. But they don't have the pitchers out, and it's okay, right? Oh, and I know what you're thinking. Hey, Ron, are you going to bet on the teams? I'm not. Because I'm not going to spoil. Here's what I don't do. This game is close enough as it is. Milwaukee is no joke. Chicago's no joke. But am I going to get my blood pressure up and I start flipping out, tossing and turning at night? Hell no. You pimp the game out. So what you do is you take the under in the game, and then you'll take stuff like first inning under over 1.5 runs in the first inning, right? And there you go. You can probably get now. If you see player props for like guys getting hits, guys, I don't mess around with that, like with hits and stuff like that, because whether you know it or not, but baseball is very complicated, and even the guys that's hitting like Judd, what's his name for the Yankees? Well, he's the top hitter in the league. Well, he don't get on. He don't get hits every day, right? He just doesn't. I mean, sometimes he don't get any. So you just gotta be careful with that because these pitchers will have you swearing. All right, let's go back. Hmm. My buddy just texted me, and he goes, he liked my advice. He's gonna take me up on it. Do what you need to do. Don't listen to me, right? Because I can get you in a lot of trouble. Just do what makes you feel good. Do what you never do what somebody tell you to do, right? You do what makes you feel good at night. You don't want to try to be something that you're not, right? You want to do because it feels right, it feels good, and you know when it ain't right. You just know. And that way, she'll start respecting you a lot more. But for her to try to send you and try to tell you that she wants you to go to church and all this other stuff, or it might be a hypocritical trick. She probably ran in her mouth. And the reverend then found out that that he's hitting a lot. And they want to get his ass in there and get his money. Hell no. Okay. So we're done with that, right? So now we're gonna go with the Atlanta Braves and the Kansas City Royals. I'm gonna pass on that game, and especially because Kansas City doesn't have any pitchers listed, right? Yesterday was Kansas City versus Atlanta, and I took Atlanta on the spread because we're not Atlanta. I took the Royals on the spread because the matchup was overwhelming. I didn't even know how the Braves. I thought the Braves were going to lose by 10, to be honest. But tomorrow's game, nope, I don't want any part of it. Now, here we go with the Washington Nationals in Houston. Now, right away, you're going to say it's Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore, has a lot of strikeouts. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Why? Let's look. So Gore, Mackenzie Gore, and don't get me wrong, Mackenzie Gore is one of the best, if not, well, he's one of the best that's playing right now. He might be, I don't know. He's good, though. Water. I love water. All right. Mackenzie Gore gives up a lot of hits, guys. He's like that big strikeout guy, right? And remember this, when you see a guy and he's got because this dude almost has 200 strikeouts, right? But he's got a losing record. So when a guy is like that, and he's like a try to overpower you, they gonna tag you, dude. They're gonna be lining up. They're gonna tag. They gonna tag him. He gave up 11. He usually goes maybe 5 innings. Well, against Minnesota, he went 5. He took the loss. He gave up 1 hit and 1 run. He walked 6 batters. That's what's got him into trouble. And then he struck out 4. Who cares? But you can't go around walking 6 people. When you walk 6 people, what? You got the bases loaded. That's 3, right? You walk another jack off, now the guy's going to score. You walked everybody in. So you don't want to, right? So we go to San Diego. San Diego. When he pitched against San Diego, he went 2 innings. They ran this guy out of the stadium because he allowed 8 hits and 8 runs in 2 innings. You blow, right? St. Louis, and he only had 2 strikeouts in this game. Then he played St. Louis, and he did pretty good. He got the win. He went 6 innings. He allowed 5 hits, allowed 1 run, 1 base on ball, and 7 strikeouts. Am I going to bet on this game? Absolutely. You know why? Because these guys are very intriguing to me. I think they're good baseball players. and I think it's worth, messing around with him. So basically, I would go Mackenzie Gore, right? They are going to offer you, because he hasn't been pitching a lot. They're going to either offer you 5.5 strikeouts, the over under. They're going to offer you the 5.5. I guarantee you. If they offer you that, you take it. You pretty much have to, because it's Gore, right? And if you lose, that's fine. But you just want to make sure you lining yourself up to make money. All right, so let's see, where are we at now? Yeah, I'm not going through that. So Kansas City, I mean, we're not going to do that game. You can, but for the Nationals, I'll just go in there and get take 3 or 4 strikeouts for Gore. It depends. It depends on how much you're gonna make, right? If you're making about $2 or $5, I'm gonna fade it. I'm gonna fade the Nationals, and I'm gonna fade Mackenzie Gore. Okay. All right, here we go. The Philadelphia Phillies, Taijuan Walker, 3-5. Oh, excuse me. ERA 3.84. 56 strikeouts. He's going against Adrian Hauser of the White Sox. Hauser is 6-2. His ERA is 2.10. And he's got 47 strikeouts. Right now, I'm going to take the Chicago White Sox plus the points. Yeah, don't be stupid, right? I just want to try to get this money. Oh, shit. All right. So here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna go in here and lock this up, because I'm getting ready to go get something to eat. So what I'm gonna do is I'll come back, later on tonight. Not later on tonight, but I'm just gonna go in here and make some picks, and then I'll just put it out again. Hey guys, always make sure you like and subscribe. Always come hang out with me. I like to run my mouth, talk crap, and you can talk crap right with me. Shout out to the Sports Kid. Guys, go check him out. It's called The Sports Kid. When you see it's a kid and he's from Alabama, he's got this thick Southern accent, and he knows his sports. Go hang out with him, guys. I'm out.